There's a trap I feel like we're falling into on the left. I feel like we're always looking for a fight, and we don't care who it is. If it's the MAGA people or if it's our own people, but we're always on guard now. And the thing is there are so many things in the world right now that we want to be focused on, but it is impossible to give all of your attention or energy or motivation to all the things. The way I like to demonstrate it is I feel like we've got a bunch of jars as far as things that we care about in the world, right? Now, there are some people who want to completely fill their jar with Palestine, and that's great. That is a noble cause. But if other people don't completely fill their jars with the same thing that you want to fill your jar with, that does not make them evil. There are people who have trans kids, and they need to put most of their focus into that jar. There are people who are worried about climate change, healthcare, authoritarianism in this country, and they may be filling those jars a little more fully than they're paying attention to your jar. One example I can think of recently is the people who are dogpiling on Aaron Parnas because he's not speaking out against Israel the way that they think that he should. I mean, the guy's Jewish and he may be afraid that if he says the wrong thing, then his community might turn against him on some level, and he doesn't want to deal with that. So I can understand why he might want to keep something to himself. Maybe he'll deconstruct from that in the future, but we have to at least give him the chance to do it. And I'm not talking about Aaron specifically. He's just an example that I thought of. But what I'm saying is that if you have all these jars and there's more jars being added all the time, if you try and put equal amounts of care into each of those jars, they're all going to look pretty much empty. It would be counterproductive for our lives to try and fill all those jars anyway, because we need people to put more focus into certain areas. And if they aren't caring about your cause as much, then you just say, okay, I've got this one. Find other like-minded people to work for your cause, but don't shame other people for having different causes that they care about more than your cause. Maybe you're really good at working 2 or 3 causes at the exact same time. Okay, great. Maybe you have that kind of motivation, but not everybody else does. Maybe you got that kind of time, but not everybody else does. The thing is that we're all broken on some level, and we're not going to be able to be on the same page in the same camp on every single issue. And to that end, we have to say that's okay. Be happy that there's people fighting the fascism here while you're fighting for the people getting bombed somewhere else. And this goes for political candidates too. If somebody seems like they're not 100% in your camp, don't just toss them to the side and say, well, I'm not voting for them because they're not in the same jar club that I'm in. We have to understand that if they're on our side, let them be on our side. Don't make them pass a purity test to be on our side. Because we all saw how being in the one jar club worked out in the last election, and we don't need to go through that shit again.